Start your day the joyful way. It's your weekday morning talk show inviting you to start your day with a triple shot of good vibes. And now here's your host, the Queen of Joy herself, Jessica Dugas. The Queen of Joy is here on this beautiful Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. Let me get my camera situated here this morning. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and you are watching Project Joy Live. It is your triple shot of good vibes every weekday morning. I'm exhausted, and I'm exhausted. I can't even tell you how exhausted I am. But I am, that exhaustion will be apparent as I share some very important announcements today, news and all of that. I have alluded to things going on behind the scenes of the Breakthrough Show Network and also just in the life of Jessica and on a personal note. And what in the world is, y'all? I can't today. Listen, if you're joining us live, I would love for you to hop over to the comment section, say hello. Say good morning. Let us know where you're joining from. And of course, what is bringing you joy today? I have lots of announcements for you today, but I also have, we're going to be talking about joy in change. And we have talked about this on the podcast version of this show before, back in season 1 of the show. And, but I really want to dive into it again because of the fact that we continue to go through mega changes as humans, as a collective, as humanity, but also, there's a lot of people that I know that are personally dealing with a lot of change and transition right now. And so we're going to jump into that. I have some things to share with you, and let me know if you want to chime in on it as well. You can head over to projectjoypodcast.com and click the join live button. And you can come on the air and share your perspective about joy in change and transition as well. I'd love to welcome you on this morning in the next segment. What's bringing me joy today? Helpful children is bringing me joy today. I'm so appreciative of my younger children yesterday for jumping in and helping with some things. Again, you'll understand why in a little bit here. But I was very, very proud of them, very happy for them jumping in and helping. What else is bringing me joy? The heat is not bringing me joy. But, I'm grateful for air conditioning this morning. The air conditioning brings me a lot of joy. Yesterday, there was some things going on in the news. So first of all, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case, I've been sharing throughout the last several weeks that I've been, watching the case via the commentary from Emily D. Baker. She is one of the attorneys that has been commentating the case on YouTube, and really enjoyed watching the case from her perspective. The dedication and commitment that it took some of these YouTubers to stick with it for the 6 weeks was incredible. So I just want to give, her a big shout out. Emily D. Baker is her name. Make sure you check her out. But we're waiting. They came up with the verdict a lot faster than I honestly thought they would. And there were 3 cases of, or 3 points that Johnny Depp was suing his ex-wife Amber Heard for on defamation of character. Amber Heard was countersuing for 3 cases of defamation of character for herself. And Johnny Depp ended up winning all 3 of his cases, and Amber Heard winning 1. And kind of the interesting part of it was the message that the jury sent regarding the awards. So each party was given compensation for their case, for their win, and also punitive damages, which punitive damages are, listen, basically you get money because they were a real jerk kind of thing. That's a very lay way of putting it. But in Virginia, where the case was being held, punitive damages caps at $350,000. Well, that doesn't say that the jury can't attempt to award something more, but the the judge is going to stick to whatever the state law is. But so awarding anything more than that was simply a statement. And they awarded Johnny $5 million for punitive damages, even though knowing he could only get $350,000. There's a lot of different opinion in this case. As I was talking to a new friend yesterday, the thing of it is that the entire thing was toxic. These are two very traumatized individuals that should have never been together. They traumatized each other. It was a really sad case. However, I found the process of the court and the jury and all of that wildly interesting. It was because, look, the truth is most of us will never get, even if we get called for jury duty, we'll never get to experience a case like that ever. And so I found it fascinating. And to see how things are really done compared to how they're done in TV shows and movies as well, because I love I love like Law and Order SVU. I love a lot of the true crime kind of movies or TV that was made after actual cases. But, clearly they create a drama around what they need for the show or the movie to sell and all of that. And so it's a different thing in the real world. So it was interesting. And again, I have to shout out to everybody that was, all of the streamers, YouTubers, etc., that dedicated themselves to this. Now, here's the interesting thing that I wanted to bring up this morning is that this has been an all new, anytime you have something this high profile going on, it opens up a can of worms. And this is the can of worms that was opened up in this case. What happened? Emily D. Baker in particular, I watched when this trial started. She had just over 250,000 followers. She's over 600,000 now. For the verdict yesterday, she had over 300,000 people on her stream live, like insane. And they were able to monetize their channels. They were able to get super chats, which super chats, once you've monetized your YouTube channel, we don't have them here on the Breakthrough Show Network yet. But you're able to send super chats in support of the creator, in support of the channel. And super chats are a great way when you have 300,000 people on your stream to be able to answer questions for those who are supporting your show or your program that you're doing. I think it's a great thing to do as a self-produced show, etc. I think it's wonderful to have that button for support available, because typically we're doing these shows just to do them. So what happened was, because this was a widely televised case, they found that the people watching on mainstream media were slim to none. The majority of people were watching private streamers, self-produced show hosts on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on TikTok, on Instagram. They were watching self-produced shows, self-produced hosts, instead of mainstream media. And guess who doesn't like that? Guess who doesn't like it? I'll tell you who doesn't like it. The mainstream media, the ones who didn't get as many views as they're used to getting. So now, of course, there are articles coming out that are like, we must look into this. Is it right to even allow YouTubers to monetize court cases? And what kind of effect has this had? And the travesty of all of it. But guys, I would just listen. I continue to be very excited about the direction that self-produced and streaming shows are taking the notice that is happening. I mentioned this before. This was the first year, the last Oscar Awards was the first year that a independently produced streamed movie, nothing that had ever even hit the theaters, won an Oscar award. First time in history. So a lot of these things, these people and shows and movies are being recognized now. And unfortunately, that's when jealousy and greed and all of these other things come to light. And so I'm excited to see what happens in the future. I'm not going to lie and say it doesn't make me a little nervous, because there are so many people that put their heart and soul into shows like this, and are not being compensated for it. So being essentially a crowd-funded show, if they were to take that away, I mean, it would be a sad day. I will tell you that much. It would be a sad day. Let's head over to the comment section and see who's joining us this morning. Miss Brittany is here. I saw Brittany this morning briefly. We had a little impromptu tea session over on our Discord server. By the way, you guys can join us on our Discord server. Just go to bit.ly/Discord breakthrough. We do a little impromptu things like that. We'll have little things from time to time. You can also learn about, speaking of supporting each other and supporting producers and networks and all of that, you can learn about supporting our network there. Starts at $3 a month, I think. But the community itself is free. So I invite you to join over bit.ly/Discord breakthrough. I saw Brittany this morning, and it was lovely to see you today, my friend. Loved it. Let's see who else is here. Jason is here. Jason, it has been a while. How are you doing? Let me know. Been very busy with my day program. I'm glad you've been keeping busy. I hope it's not too hot up there yet. Let me know. Miss Anne Marie is here this morning. Good morning, Anne Marie. It is always good to see you. Brittany said, what brings me joy is getting to talk to you and Grim this morning. Yes, I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. Yes, keyword is yet. Look, this stuff, I see it happening, and it's so funny. I've had very intuitive people that have messaged me and been like, look, I don't know when this is going to go down, but I'm just telling you, I'm just trying to tell you that I see big things happening. Now, I don't know what, I don't know when, but I'm here for it. And here we go. Here we go. So listen, we're going to talk about joy and change today. We are also going to cover birthdays, national days, of course, the normal things. And we have some big announcements going on behind the scenes over here, okay? Personally and for the Breakthrough Show Network. So we're going to take a quick break, you guys, and be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com. Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. Today is Thursday, June 2nd, 2022. I still am shocked we're in June, but I went on a whole thing about that yesterday. Also, I have to shout out really quickly a couple things. Yesterday, we had a overview of all of our May series. For anybody that is new here and may have missed it, we typically open up the phone line, so to speak, and allow people to click in and join the show and share what bringing them joy. In the last couple of months, I've been trying some different things with Project Joy. Back in April, we had shorter shows, and there was a lot of things going on here that helped me out. And I also wanted to play around with the time. Believe it or not, y'all like the longer shows better. That was the determination from that. Then I said, well, what do we try out next? And the one thing I wanted to try was having some regular guests. Now, I had been trying out some series on my own, and people seem to be responding really well to them. They like knowing what's coming. They like things in little chunks, as opposed to here's 800 pieces of information, now run with it. So I wanted to try that with other people. I wanted to try that with having regular guests. And so the first person I had connected with was Shifra, who we saw on Mondays in May. And then I said, well, if we're going to do this on Mondays, why don't we do this every day? And so I was able to get Shifra on Mondays, Laura Mazzata on Tuesdays. I wanted this to be, sometimes we go into summer and we're all worried about the kids are off school and spring cleaning and things have to be done. And we put kind of our growth and development and personal development, spiritual development, and, ourselves aside. We put ourselves aside. And I wanted to go into the summer going, no, like we have stuff we can work on. So then I had Scott Mason on Wednesdays, Kenneth Lord Thursdays, and then we were going to have one day where Laura Mazzata was hosting a retreat. So I said, what can we kind of dive bomb in here that would be amazing for everybody? And of course, gratitude hit me like a ton of bricks. And I said, Sharon, Queen of Gratitude, will you come on and do the show that day? And so we mixed a little gratitude into it as well. And it was such a beautiful experience. So yesterday I wanted to do a little overview. I invited everybody. It was a very last minute thing. I invited everyone who had been a guest over the month of May to come back. Sharon and Scott both came on yesterday, and it was magic. Nobody knew that I was going to be putting together clips from the show, so I was able to show those. Scott and Sharon were able to connect and meet each other, which they're two amazing people. And it was an amazing show. Highly recommend. If you did not watch the show yesterday, please go watch it. So Sharon chimes in this morning and says, good morning, Jessica. I'm still flying high from our conversation yesterday. Thank you. Thank you for being here. It really was amazing. And I also received, yes, the gratitude lady. Listen, I still got my sunglasses on over here as well. I went to bed last night receiving a beautiful, heartfelt email from Shifra Malka, who is here Mondays. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for all of their time. Look, it's one thing to come on and be a guest on somebody's show, but to come for a series and at the crack of dawn in the morning and to come back again for other things. We know that Sharon's coming back soon, which I'll have an official announcement for you guys coming up here soon. And Scott Mason will be on my way. He's been on the Breakthrough Show. These are the kind of quality individuals that I have dreamed of for this network. People that don't want to just come and get another, let's see how many podcasts I can be on, get one more in, and then you never talk to them again. I have craved and desired and envisioned the kind of relationships that are now, after so long, being cultivated on this network. And it is so refreshing and so moving to see it come to life in that way. I have kind of been known for a while for doing things my way and kind of doing things out the box. I started, for anybody that doesn't know, for those that are network supporters, we do our Soul Saturday Morning Coffee every Saturday morning. And I have actually been doing that since 2015. I have been hosting that Soul Saturday morning coffee call since then. It has morphed over time, as far as, the eligibility of who comes in there, but it is a very, very special space. Now, back in 2015, a lot of people weren't doing the online thing. And there were a lot of people that were like, why are you doing this kind of thing? And I've shared this before, for the first 3 months of Soul Saturday morning coffee, no one came. I knew what I wanted. I envisioned it. I saw it. I'm like, this is going to be a safe space to talk about different things. I want people to go down the rabbit hole together, come together, talk about things that they might not have the opportunity to talk about, or the audience to talk about, or the partner to talk about on a regular basis. And I wanted to create that space. I would come and sit on Zoom every week by myself. I would read a book, I would write, I would journal, I would whatever. I was out there. And eventually people started coming. And then 2020 happened. And suddenly everybody was like, oh, we should do like meetups and stuff online. I'm like, homie, I've been doing this for 5 years. 5 years. And so it was a cool thing to see. Like, that is just one particular instance where I feel like I've been a little bit ahead of my time. And that place to be in is a little bit challenging, because oftentimes you're misunderstood and you're encouraged by people of, oh, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. But I have been determined to just stick with things and watch how they go. And it's been just a really cool experience to watch things play out later on. One of the other things that I wanted to talk about today is joy in change. Now, I don't know if anybody is aware of this, but I actually wrote, I'm trying to see if I have a date on here for you. I think it was back early 2017-ish. I wrote an ebook, and I'm actually in the process of rewriting this book and releasing it like as an actual physical copy book. I wrote an ebook called Coping Through Change. And that was during the time when I was leading a group called the Moms Online Mastermind. And I was mostly coaching. Yeah, it was 2017, because I had become a Reiki master. I was doing a lot of EFT, meditation, positive affirmations, and stuff like that. And this book was amazing, if I do say so myself. There was 5 modules within the book. Module 1 talked about the inevitability of change. And that's the biggest thing. I kind of want to go through these really briefly this morning. The inevitability of change. Things are always changing. There is nothing guaranteed in this life except change. Like, that's literally, you can be guaranteed that things are going to change. From the moment you're born, things are changing all the time. Number 2 is the importance of self-care during times of change. We are so quick to beat each other up or beat ourselves up when we're in these different seasons of change in our lives. Because we expect things to be a certain way. We expect we're going to react a certain way. We want the outcome to be a certain way. And so nurturing ourselves during these changes is so important. Module 3 was about supporting your family through change. One of the things that I shared about in the book was when my brother died. And not only was I going through the grieving process, but my family was going through the grieving process. And so how can you go through this process yourself and still be that rock for other people? And the truth is that you end up being that rock for each other. If you lean on each other and support each other through change, just think of how much better off you are on the other side of things if you have that loving support. And when I say family, I can also mean your created family as well, if you have close friends and everything like that. Module 4, I talked about the role of your home during change. And the reason that I had included this module in the Coping Through Change ebook is because I was becoming really aware of physical energy at the time in my own spiritual personal development journey. And your physical home, your physical location, sometimes it's not something that can easily be shifted. It's real cute for people to say, oh, just move, or just make a meditation room. Not everybody has the room, not everybody has the resources to move. But the role of your home during times of change is so wildly important, because it creates a space for grounding. It creates a space for anchoring in and bringing in whatever you need to experience during your time of change. So that module 4 was about the role of your home. Module 5 talked about challenges with change in your business and the community. I believe we talked about saying no. As you're going through change, Laura Mazzata talked about this during her May series, the sacred no. And sometimes that it's important to start weeding things out, asking yourself, is my business, are these things that I'm volunteering with in the community, are these relationships that I have, are they serving me in the direction that I'm wanting to go in my life? And so I talk about some of those challenges in module 5 and how we can sort of navigate through them. And then in the final part of the book, I talk about where to go from here. Like, what do we do now? And I offered, it was an interactive ebook. So I gave three different guided meditations, EFT tapping with instruction, guided imagery, and positive affirmation. I gave a positive affirmation printable. It was, I mean, for my first little thing, I thought it was great. And there was a lot of really good response from it at the time. And what I said in the book, this is what I said. My prayer for you through your seasons of change is that you are not taken out of the difficult journeys that you are on, but rather that you are given the strength and determination that are needed to both face your season of change and then grow as a result of it. So cool for me to read this, because this was pre-Breakthrough Show. This was pre-Breakthrough Show. And that's exactly what we talk about on the Breakthrough Show Network, is going through those things, those transitions, those challenges, and choosing to use them as a means to move forward in our lives, to make our lives and the lives of others, and therefore the world, a better place to live. My prayer is that you'll step outside of your comfort zone and really use this guide to do the work that is needed to grow. So I loved it. I really enjoyed going through this book. And so as I'm thinking about, that time and these changes and transitions are going now, I'm reminded of a lot of those things that I taught. And it's always good to kind of go, are you walking your talk right now? Are you utilizing the tools that you know you have in this time of change and transition? So let me know, you guys, if you're in the comment section right now, if you've been able to allow yourself to experience the joy in change. Like everything else that we've talked about on this show, joy is a choice. At the end of the day, my business cards say that. I don't know if I've ever showed you. They're over there in my purse. My business cards say that, just one line on one side. And that's how I put them up when I leave them places, is just that one statement. Joy is your choice. Despite whatever's going on, it is absolutely normal to feel and experience anything, any range of emotions. But if you want to experience joy, it's your choice to experience it. There's a lot of people that say, well, you can't possibly experience joy when XYZ is happening. It's your choice to do that. I brought her up before in conversations we've had about this. You guys know Elizabeth Smart, that had gotten kidnapped. She went through tremendous abuse and everything during the kidnapping. She has talked, I've watched several interviews with her, and talks that she's done about how she would get up every day. Now, I'm not even going to go through the triggering points of the abuse that she experienced and witnessed while she was kidnapped, but she said clearly she got up every day found something joyful in the day, something to be grateful for, something to, and those, that joy, that gratitude was an anchor for her. It became a complete anchor for her of survival. And when I heard her interviews, I thought to myself, if under the most insane circumstances, horrific circumstances, if someone can find the joy and gratitude in that, then it's possible for anybody. And it is absolutely a choice. That is a hard statement to hear when we're walking through the fire. It is very hard because we have a habit, I think, as humans, of believing that it's only possible, the two things. One, that it's only possible to experience one emotion at a time. Bullshit. Number two, that in choosing to find the joy or gratitude, that is somehow dishonoring the journey, the pain, the challenge, the survival, the thriving in a particular situation. This is such a huge thing. The multifaceted nature of this is so good and so deep and so profound. Imagine what's possible if you've been hurt by a person and you're able to say, this person hurt me, but at the same time saying, you know what, I'm grateful for this one moment that we had together, though. Some people think that by expressing that gratitude, that it somehow forgives hurts or wrongs that were done. Couldn't be farther from the truth. Couldn't be farther from the truth at all. So as changes are happening and occurring, allow yourself to experience all the range of emotions at the both same time, and know that by finding the joy in the challenge, that is not minimizing the fact that you are a boss, that you are a survivor, that it doesn't minimize anything that you're going through. It doesn't change the fact that you are an amazing human being that is getting through this. It doesn't minimize it at all. In fact, in my book, having that ability to find the joy and find the gratitude in even the most challenging of circumstances, that's a superpower. That is a superpower. Period. It just is, because it is something that I have come across. And this is no shade to anybody, truly, because we are all on our own journey and we all have work that we're trying to do and moving forward. And I don't necessarily believe it's part of everyone's journey to experience. And we talked about this a couple times during our May series as well. Those mountaintop moments where you can take yourself out of a situation, take yourself away from a person, take yourself out of a challenge, and look down and go, okay, I can see the different parts of this challenge, situation, person now. And I can compartmentalize it. And it's okay for me to go, this person's behavior is unacceptable for me. And I'm putting a boundary up and we're not going to be in a relationship anymore, but I still appreciate that one time that we did XYZ. That ability to do that takes a lot of work. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to experience challenge and heartache and sadness and anger and all those range of emotions that come up when we're grieving a person, challenge, or situation. So yeah, that my little rant about that. Brittany said, I can't always say I'm joyous during changes. However, I have become more joyous in the last year for sure. And that's the thing, is that I guess my qualm comes in when people say, I can't, or it's impossible to experience joy in a certain situation. It is, you're just not choosing it, or perhaps there's work that needs to be done. There's work that needs to be done. The part of this is amazing is it's completely okay to be like, to drag your feet sometimes and say, I don't want to experience joy right now. That's okay too. I don't want to experience joy right now. I have literally in the last month, let me share with you what I have done. I have had moments where I have literally stomped my feet like a 5-year-old and said, I just want to have a tantrum right now. I don't care about the joy. I don't care about the gratitude. I just want a tantrum right now. I just want to freak out and I want to have a minute and I want to just be all in the messy human. And because I allow myself to just have that moment to process, I'm fine not long after. But there's nothing wrong with that in the moment. If you need that moment to have a freak out, go ahead. But we can't say, it would have been a different situation if I would have said, I want to experience joy in that and not had done any work to try to experience it. Does that make sense for everybody? Like it would have been a completely different situation. So it's okay to tantrum sometimes too. Brittany said, okay, now I feel called out. I'm currently crying. That's what we do here. Here, Brittany, here you go. Tissue. I'm glad that it's good, good message for you today. Sharon says, there is so much power in making the choice, negative or positive. They both give us results. 100%. 100%. There is an outcome. No matter what you choose, there is an outcome. And when we step into our power and we realize that the joy is in how we choose to navigate challenges, how we choose to respond, how we choose to look at things, that's when everything starts changing. It's wild how that happens. And I guess I would give my final thoughts about this are to those people who do not function well during change. I would say number one, be on the lookout for my ebook when it's re-released. And it will be in physical form as well when it's done. I have so many things that I've learned since the first time that when I wrote that book that it's well overdue for an update. For those people that are being challenged and are like, I cannot find the joy through these changes that are going on in my life, I would first want to say you're not alone in that. I would second want to say that it's okay. You just, perhaps you don't have the tools yet. Perhaps you need more time to process things. Perhaps you need to have a 5-year-old tantrum for 5 minutes. Perhaps there's some releasing that needs to be done. And that's okay. You're okay. My third thing I would say, though, is to consider that it could be, and I'm saying could for several reasons. Consider that it could be as easy as simply choosing joy. Consider. Sometimes it's helpful to just think about that. Everybody close your eyes for just a minute. If you're driving, please, God, don't. Close your eyes for just a minute. Think about a change you might be going through at this time, a challenge, something that maybe even something recently that maybe it's not affecting you now, but something recently you've gone through where it has been a challenge for you to choose joy, that you've really felt in all the things. Think about, ask yourself in the moment, what would it look like? How would it feel if I chose joy? If you're angry, ask yourself, what would it feel like if I simply chose not to be angry? What would that look like? What would be so wrong about choosing not to be angry? What if I chose joy and just picked without any details, without any how-tos, without any, what if I just said, today I'm going to be joyful? That no matter what comes in, I'm going to process it like we do as humans, and I'm just going to be joyful. Period. End of story. And see what comes up when you ask yourself that. Do you feel the resistance? Do you feel lighter when you think about it? Let me know what comes up for you about that, because it's something that is so, it truly, even though it's hard to hear during challenges and times of change and transition, especially ones that we didn't choose, it can be a challenge to hear that, it could be it could be possible to just say, I choose joy today. No instructions necessary. No overthinking necessary. Overthinkers united over here. That it could be that simple. Just the possibility that it could be that simple. Number one, not only empowers me as an individual, but it gives me peace. It gives me hope to know that it could be as simple as just going, I'm not going to partake in it. In anything other than joy, I'm not going to do it. I made that declaration a few years ago when I was going through some pretty, probably the head of the health challenges that I've been dealing with. I woke up one morning and I don't know where it came from. I just sort of declared, I am not going to do anything that doesn't bring me joy anymore. And that's kind of where the thoughts for this show came about, Project Joy. I said, if I want joy to be my default. I want joy to be my go-to. And I want to live in it. I want to be it. I want to embody it. And if I can't do that, I'm going to look for it. And if I can't find it, I'm going to create it. 3 steps. I want to be it. And if I can't be it, I'm going to look for it. And if I can't find it, I'm going to create it. And that was my commitment to myself. And I promise you, with the things that I've gone through with my health, I promise you that's why I'm still here. I promise you. I promise you, I know for a fact that's why I'm still here on this planet. Brittany said, I do feel some resistance, but I am also feeling a million things because things keep occurring about this particular situation. However, I feel many things and I still find myself being grateful and joyous. And it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful thing to be able to experience this. All of the things, along with many other emotions. You're right. And that's when it's so beautiful to allow that. It's such an amazing thing when we allow ourselves to not feel pigeonholed by this is the either our expectation or the expectations of others. This is what I have to feel because XYZ is happening. No, there's no rule book on emotion. There just isn't. And to the spiritual folks out there that tell us that, we get too caught up in our emotions and emotions are a bad thing, I don't agree. While it may not be the inside the box thing that everybody does, I allow myself to be emotional. I allow myself to be emotionally connected to the things that I do. And the people that are in my life, and it may not be the quote unquote right thing to do, the easy thing to do, the safe thing to do, the proper thing to do, but I am who I am. And it has always served me well to be who I am. And that's the end of the story. End of the story. Oh my word. Krista, what a long time it has been. How are you, my beautiful friend? We should catch up soon. If you would like, it has been a really long time and I would love to catch up at some point. I would love to do that. Things are a little crazy, but I would love to catch up at some point. It's good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you so much, Brittany. And thank you guys for watching. And I appreciate your comments throughout. Listen, we're going to take a quick break and listen to our poem. And then I have those exciting announcements for you. I have official personal announcements. I have official Breakthrough Show Network announcements. And we also got to hit the birthdays and stuff today. So let me know if there's anything in particular you are celebrating today, especially a birthday. And we will be right back after this with our For Love poem.
Por amor. Estoy a favor del amor, incluso con un alma rota, incluso con un peso en el corazón. Estoy a favor del amor, porque el mundo está herido, no solo mi pequeño pedazo de tierra, donde estoy seguro de todo, donde estoy mayormente bien, sino en nuestro mundo, en todas partes, cada día. Estoy a favor del amor, porque necesitamos más luz, no más muertes, no más de poder, no más bombas. Estoy a favor del amor, para que nuestros hijos estén en salvo, para que nuestros amigos estén protegidos. Así que nuestras fronteras están abiertas. Estoy a favor del amor, incluso con un alma rota, incluso con un peso en el corazón.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. That was our For Love poem written by my beautiful friend Dorothy Auger and read in Spanish this morning by Veronique. Just a beautiful rendition. I love that as well. And thank you for standing for love with us, Miss Brittany, as well. Yes, transcendent love to you as well, Krista. I really hope sending you all the good vibes right now, all the good vibes. So I have some things to share with you today that I'm very excited about. Should we start with, let's start with, what should we start with? Let's start with my personal announcement. I have shared that I'm literally losing my mind at this moment because we have a lot going on behind the scenes. It is with a very grateful heart and excited heart and loving heart that I announce that we are moving back to my home state of Connecticut. We have been, I've been fortunate to experience a lot of the United States since becoming an adult. I had started going to college in Connecticut and then dropped out, did the crazy thing, got married, moved across the country. I have lived in several different states. And I have lived here in the South for quite some time. Since 2005, I have lived in the South somewhere. It's been a long time. I don't have to tell most people that the South is very different from the North. It's very different from the West. It's very different from the Midwest. Like I said, I've been fortunate to have lived all over the United States, and I have experienced the difference in culture. I have experienced the pace of different places. And the interesting thing is that on reflection and looking back over my life, I have always dealt with things with chronic illness throughout the years. I have been very candid about that on my journey. Since I was very young, I had health issues very early on. but since living in this particular area, all of my health things have magnified, and all of the then when I got COVID last year, which we're coming up on a year of that in just a couple of weeks since I had COVID and now dealing with long COVID, it has just added so much on my plate. I continue to be, Lord, get my tissue ready. I continue to be so grateful for this show, for this network, this community, the community of people that I've created online. And I truly know that if it was not for that, I don't know that I would have survived a lot of the things that I've been through, because I've never felt in place here. I have never been able to feel grounded. And I feel very much, and this is my own belief, that our physical location has an immense impact on our emotional, spiritual, and physical well-being. If you can't get yourself to the place where you feel completely at peace, at home, and grounded, it is extremely difficult to move forward with your overall wellness. And that's where I'm at this point. So we had an opportunity to come up. It was a very last minute decision, and myself, my husband, and my kids will be heading up to Connecticut sooner than later. Literally, our house is going on the market tonight. Okay. So that's how fast we're talking. I am so excited to go back home. That being said, another part of my announcement is we are going to be taking 3 days. Whenever this happens, whenever we are ready to go, we are going to be taking 3 days to drive up from Alabama to Connecticut. And I am so excited to get hugs from people that have been on the Breakthrough Show Network throughout the years. I am so freaking excited about that, because while I love my virtual family, let me tell you, I am a hugger. It needs to happen. I'm trying to think right offhand. I know for a fact we will be going through Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, whatever, Delaware, I think is in there. I'm trying to remember all my states. New York, of course, Connecticut, up 95. We're going east and then up 95. Okay. And so if you are on that route, if you think you might be anywhere near that route, please let me know, because I would love, even if it's just 5 minutes at the 7-Eleven for a Slurpee and a hug, then let me know, please, so that we can do that. Okay. Okay. It's going to be good. Also, Mr. Jack, yes, Project Joy on the road. That's basically what it's going to be, because I promise you there will be hugs and pictures and video clips and all of that good stuff. Okay. Okay. Yes. So that's my exciting news here. So when I tell you that I've had helpful children around here, that I have been literally getting off my show in the morning, cleaning, decluttering, boxing to get ready for showing, and then back to my night show, and then passing out at night, I promise you, I am losing my mind. So on a personal note, I want to say, if I have been delayed in getting you anything, an email, a message, anything, it's my apologies. I promise you, you're going to receive a different Jessica when I get up to Connecticut. Okay. Sharon said, your light is shining so bright when you talk about Connecticut. So happy for you and your family. Thank you so much. And I feel that way. I've literally envisioned myself doing Project Joy live from the beach, because I grew up right on the water in Connecticut. Like, I'm just so pumped. I'm so pumped. And I'm excited that so many people that I've connected with are in that area back home. So close by, I have so many hugs planned. I'm going to be all hugged out. If I don't heal from all the hugs, I don't know what will. I'll just tell you that much. The next thing that I want to share with you is about the Breakthrough Show Network. So I have never officially, I guess, there's two things going on I want to share. Number one, I've never officially made the announcement that we are a network, and we are a growing network. If you have considered what it would be like to be a live streamer, have your own show, have a self-produced show, and do it in a way where you have a community, where you have people to bounce ideas off of, where you need support and help. You're like, I want to do this, but I want to do it right, and I don't want to do it myself, whatever it is. We would love for you to consider being a part of the Breakthrough Show Network. If that's something that's interesting to you, let me know. And I will be happy to get you over some information. And I think the reason I've never made like the official, like, this is open if you want to consider it, is because I didn't have my shit together before. As many of you know, the Breakthrough Show and then the network was all in a sort of accidental thing. I don't believe any of this was an accident, but it all came together unbeknownst to me. So there were a lot of processes and things that I didn't have in place before that are in place now and will continue to be moving and growing forward. But if that's something that you'd like to consider, I wanted to extend that invitation to you that is open for your consideration. And I would love to chat with you. Not a sales pitch, nothing. Like, I just literally, this is what it is, and you go run with it with that information. The second announcement that I have is that I don't know if you know this, boys and girls, but the Breakthrough Show 4th birthday is coming up on Wednesday, July 6th, 2022. Now, throughout the years, we have done different things. We had a second birthday. We had a video compilation put together of different guests from the Breakthrough Show Network saying happy birthday. We have had the third birthday last year. We had a little networking event for all of the past guests of the Breakthrough. But this year, because we're a network and because the audiences are growing and because we have so much that we can offer and so much we can do, and we have so many shows a part of it now, that I wanted it to be a really group activity. So this is the exciting news. We are going to have a full day event, a full day, from 7 in the morning Central Time until 10 p.m. Central Time in the evening. It is going to be every single show from the Breakthrough Show Network streaming live on that day. Everybody at a different time slot. And the really cool thing is that all of us as hosts are going to be doing the shows in our format, but the guests of the show will be each other. So this is going to be a really cool opportunity to see each of us as hosts shining our light, doing what we do on the show. But you're also having the opportunity to get to know each of the hosts and in another light, in another way, as being the guest, and getting to dive into each of the topics. So I'm sure Shiraz is going to be doing some energetic magic on all of us. I am sure that we're going to dive into relationships with the Jacksons, talk about relationships. I am sure that we're going to have some joyfulness going on with everybody on this show. I'm sure that we're going to be talking about breakthroughs on our namesake show. I'm sure we're going to be talking about money with Carol. And I know Spirit Sessions girls are going to be doing some woo-woo stuff with us, might be doing some cards and things like that. So really excited about this. I am currently working with the host to put together a schedule. So that will be coming out. But this is a full day event. There will be a half an hour break between every show, at least. So you'll be able to, put it on while you're washing dishes or eat your meal or take a break, step away, because we don't need you, ruining your eyes staring at the screen that long. There will be some breaks in between, but in lieu of, a big summit or whatever else these people do, we're doing things our way, and we're doing what we do best, which is streaming live. And I'm just psyched about the whole thing. So again, mark your calendar now. Seriously, get your calendar, block out Wednesday, July the 6th. Happy 4th birthday to the Breakthrough Show. And we're going to be streaming from 7 a.m. Central Time, 8 a.m. Eastern time to 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. Eastern time, or 10 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. All day, all night, Marianne. You guys know that song. Anyway, that is the scoop. That's what we're going to do. And I'm so excited about it. Let me know if you're excited too. So that is our other big announcement. Also, we have to do birthdays this morning because that's what we're going to do. We didn't even get to our national days today, but I will say this. It's get yourself some ice cream because it's National Rocky Road Day. Okay. You're welcome. Here we go, you guys. In the celebrity world, Wentworth Miller that we've seen on Prison Break. By the way, he's 50 years old today. I had no idea. No, my mind is blown. Wentworth Miller's birthday is today. Andy Cohen, talk show host, birthday is today. Actor Justin Long, one of my favorite comedic actors, is hysterical. Love it. Justin Long's birthday is today. Actor, comedian Wayne Brady's birthday is today. We love that. In the celebrities in my life, Ashley Logsden's birthday is today. Beth Lynch and one of my oldest school friends, but we're not old, we're seasoned over here, Miss Jessica Trusky. She's one of my best friends back in school days. We got in all kinds of trouble together and it was fabulous. I should have brought a picture, but I did not. Here we go, you guys. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wentworth Miller, Andy Cohen, Justin Long, Wayne Brady, Ashley Logsden, Beth Lynch, and Jessica Trusky. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all the birthday people. I just slipped my gratitude sunglasses on really quickly here to say goodbye to everybody. Thank you guys for being here for this episode today. Tomorrow's Fun Friday. Anything goes. I don't know what we're going to be doing on tomorrow's show, but we'll find out. It'll be a good time no matter what. Yes, happy birthday. Thank you guys for being here with me. Thank you for sticking around for the announcements. I hope you are as excited as I am about them. Please send me messages if you have any questions on any platform. I'm happy to answer you. I just may be a little crazy at the moment getting ready for this move. I love you all so much. Thank you, Sharon, for being here. Thank you, everybody that popped in. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. And be grateful. See you next time.
You've been tuned in to Project Joy Live with Jessica Dugas, your weekday morning talk show, inviting you to start your day with a triple shot of good vibes only on the Breakthrough Show Network. Binge all past episodes of Project Joy at projectjoypodcast.com. Until next time, help us spread the joy by sharing this episode, and we'll see you soon.